Yo guys, what is going on? It's Sven here again. So today I'm going to bring you some War Z news, and it's actually quite an interesting bit of news. So there's a lot of controversy about War Z, about is it actually going to go through, is it not, blah blah blah. There's just so much information out there aiming to the game's failure, basically. A lot of people who were fanboys of War Z have kind of turned a new leaf and be like, oh, it's a scam, I've got a refund, I want a refund, I got banned for asking for a refund. And basically the company, they're not professional at all. They penalise people for giving an opinion, for asking for refunds, etc. And the information about them just randomly banning people so they buy the game again, I mean, that, if it's true, that is so out of order. But again, it's all hearsay. There's no actual proof of most of this information. However, today we do have at least some proof of when the basically the game was registered, when War Z registered. Hammerpoint registered War Z more accurately. And there's been some controversy because Paramount Pictures, they have basically filed for suspension for War Z. And the reason for that is because they're bringing out a franchise called World War Z. And they're making a movie about it, they're going to be making a game, they're going to be selling memorabilia such as boxes, tops, knickers, all that kind of crap. Figures, board games, basically a lot of this stuff is being trademarked to Paramount Pictures. And because the names are so similar, they don't want a similar name. Because if you don't know what a trademark is basically protection for your company. If companies didn't have trademark, other people or other companies could actually hijack another company. By what I mean, like, I'll give you an example in the simplest ways I can. If Microsoft didn't have trademark protection, I could create my own company named Microsoft Mini, and I could create knockoff DVDs, let's say something like that. And I could say, this is from Microsoft, I'm £500 for this, it's the best thing you will ever get. And it turns out it's Two Girls, One Cup, okay? And basically, I am destroying Microsoft's integrity, I'm destroying their reputation, their company, because I'm named Microsoft Mini. And people automatically assume I'm related to Microsoft. So you can see why trademark protection is so important. It's so that people don't take other companies and, hijack their companies, making it, obviously doing damage to their company, or basically growing off of another company. If I made something really cool, and it was let's say a Windows program, and I could sell it, say, Microsoft Epic Boot Disk, and people would buy it because they think, oh, Microsoft, it's got to be from Microsoft, the official Microsoft that create Windows 7, Windows 8, etc. And it's not, it's just some random guy selling some random crap. But they're leeching off Microsoft's reputation, etc. So you can see why trademark is so important. So I'm glad we've covered that. So Titoff here, that's a really fitting name, to be honest, Titoff. Really, really fitting name, because this guy does seem a very arrogant person. But that's just my opinion. So guys, this is getting to be ridiculous. Go to blah, search for blah, enjoy blah. Widespread lies. Even more, I was sent this link like free already, and looks like people and not even reading this document. It basically says that this application is suspended because there's another application with regards to this trademark. Here's a real trademark. Dude really needs to work on his grammar, but besides that, let's have a look. So we do that, and we come to this page. And you can see here, we have World War Z, The War Z, World War Z, World War Z, World War Z, and World War Z. Now, the first time this was registered was in No, it's actually expired. So I'll actually take you through the process, what he wanted us to do. So let's go to this information here, and we'll go trademark search. We will go to basic word mark search and just put in War Z, submit query, and here we go. So as you can see, the same information came up. Now let's have a look at this. This was published, World War Z, in 2011 on the August the 9th. Okay. When did DayZ register theirs? 2012, July the 20th. If we go up here to the latest one that was registered in the World War Z, the 10th of July 2012. So you can see the War Z actually registered theirs after the World War Z. I mean, even the images look very, very similar. I mean, why is that? That's kind of weird, don't you think? And basically, what the War Z are trademarking is computer game software and related instruction manuals and guides sold as a unit, downloadable software for use in connection with computer games, interactive multimedia computer game program. Okay, so they're basically just trademarking game software, manuals and guides sold as a unit, downloadable software for use in connection with computer games. Okay, so it's a little bit vague, but you know, it's there. And basically, this is the problem. They registered it 10 days after the War Z registered theirs, trademarking provided online electronic games. They also have another one here, t-shirts, sweatshirts, boxes, etc. And if we look at the second one here, this one is about downloadable electronic game program, electronic game software, and handheld electronic devices, video game cartridges and discs. So they're actually making a game at this franchise. They're making everything, a movie, a game, memorabilia, all that jazz. Paramount Pictures here are actually making this. Now let me ask you guys a question. How many people say the full name of War Z? I bet none of you do. And they don't even put it here on their website. It's the War Z. Not War Z, it's the War Z. But why do we say War Z? It's a catchy name, it's short and it's simple. And I guarantee most people will actually say War Z instead of World War Z. Or they might say WWZ or WWZ. You know, something like that. That's a little bit easier because World War Z is a little bit of a tongue twister, especially if you're not fully awake. So they're going to shorten the name, and the most easiest thing to say is War Z. I'm going to the pictures, can I have 2 tickets for War Z, please? And they will just automatically assume, yeah, War Z, World War Z. It clicks. But because they're making a video game, and this is a video game, and when people say, do you want to go play War Z? They're going to get confused. Which one are you on about? Are you on about the War Z or World War Z? So to, you know, combat confusion and all that kind of stuff, and not to represent this clusterfuck of a storm of a game with perhaps this new game that's coming out that might be pretty good, they don't want to confuse them, because like I explained when I was talking about the Microsoft stuff, confusing things is not good, especially for a company that wants to sell things. You know, if they want to sell a game, and if you know War Z has got a bad reputation, then this game could also follow in that line, just because of the similarities in names. So this is the one I want to talk about lastly, is a suspension letter. So this is the suspension letter that was issued on the 15th of November 2012. And basically it's a letter stating that it will be suspended when they determine when it's appropriate. So the War Z don't have really any leg to stand on, because they've said here it will be terminated when they see fit, and that's when Paramount Pictures pushes it through. Now, who would win in a court battle? A multi-million-pound company like Paramount Pictures, or I don't even know how much they earn, but a startup company essentially, the War Z, Hammer Point, whatever it's called. So, in my opinion, I think this is going to be really, really devastating to the War Z, simply because if you've got to change your name, you've worked so well. I don't know if they've worked hard, but they've worked on the forms, everything, a franchise, basically, because the name is so important. They've took the name and they've spread that around. If you search for anything about War Z, you will see that it's all connected to War Z. So if they just completely change the name, it's going to be really, really bad. So I'll supply these links in the comment section below for you guys to check out. And just give me your opinion. What do you think about this? Do you think it's true? Do you think it will get suspended? Do you think the War Z are actually entitled to keep the War Z, even though they registered it after World War Z? Just your opinion on this, guys, would be quite entertaining, actually, because I've said my opinion in this video, so hopefully you guys agree. And if you disagree, just tell me why. It would be really interesting to hear why you disagree. And if you've got any more information that I've missed on this, feel free to post it in the comment section below. And if it's accurate, I'll update it in the description box for other people to see as well. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.